Today we built a dive coaster with a fully functioning control system capable of running 6 trains across a layout with a terrifying drop.
This is the world's first vertical drop roller coaster. Straight down. You just get to the edge and that's it. You don't see what's coming. You don't know what's down there and you may not be coming back.
Alright, so today what we're doing is we're building a dive coaster. It's a coaster that holds you at the top of the drop before releasing you, plummeting straight down.
Straight down.
90 degrees. That's the whole gimmick of it, basically. And I've been inspired by a certain real-life ride called Oblivion at Alton Towers, and that's what I'm going to be basing all of this off of. Oblivion at Alton Towers opened in 1998 as the world's first vertical drop roller coaster. The project was called Secret Weapon 4, and as Alton Towers loves doing, the ride had a gimmick. It would hold riders at the top of the drop before plummeting down vertically into a dark pit, or Oblivion. The ride is like 2 seconds long. Essentially, what we're starting with is the track, right? They have this type of track where it's like a square. I'm gonna utilize the new wedges here to make it like very smooth transition-wise. It's gonna be like propelled by drive tires across the track as well, like that. Is that accurate? That's basically what it looks like. We have our track here, now let's build the actual thing that goes on it, the coaster car. So let's make the first wheel assembly. So this is over here. So what I've done here is I've built a little bit of a slope here. I could make this maybe not as gradual, but I just want to see if it can go all the way down or not. So let's push it over it's already hating me. These are the wild mouse wheels, but they're fine, I guess. Go. Cool. Very smooth. Kind of remake those. That's what I want to do. And it has like a little logo on the front as well. Yeah, I think I have it good. Alright, so we have this like front area and it's very cool. And now this is the floor here, so let's see how we can make the seats. Alright, so I've separated the tracks into 2 segments here. I think we can work on the lift hill as like the first thing. Let go, drive. It kind of works. Okay, so you come out of the station, and then you go straight up the lift hill. So it's just straight out of the station up the lift hill. Alright, so I built the lift hill here that goes up to this much, and basically what we have here is a series of drive tires that lead up to these little lifting dogs. Basically it has these little nubs on the bottom, and they line up with these little nubs on the bottom of the car here. They drag the car up the lift, and then it goes along very nicely. Then once it gets under here, you engage the lift and it takes it up. Oh yeah. And now what it's gonna do is it's gonna take a left turn, and then it's gonna lead to the drop section. So I have equipped the lift hill up here with a catwalk, right? And we have this little turn here, and it goes up, and I attach that slope piece I made before to here. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna build the holding latch that holds the car at like a really scary angle before dropping into the Oblivion. And if you look at that little lock under it, when it starts back up, it locks in, and then it drags the car to a nice smooth stop there, and then it retracts and releases the car, and it drops to its demise. Oh yeah.
This ride is perfectly safe.
Alright, so we've changed this up a little bit and we made the drop possible. There's a bunch of wheels there because of the scrap mechanic friction, but if you look up there, it goes over the edge, then stops very nicely. And then it does the horrifying drop down here under the Oblivion pit, and then it goes through there and it goes up. It's meant to look like a sinister facility, a mysterious facility that you don't know what's happening inside. That's exactly how the builder guy put it.
This is going to look like a sinister, forbidden place that no one can really work out what it's all about. There's always a place sort of a few miles away that's got a barbed wire fence around it and a minefield, and you know people that work there and they never tell you what they do, and it's all a bit sinister and a bit secret. Well, that's one of these places.
At the bottom of the drop here, you fall into this like dark pit that has smoke coming out of it, and that's like the area that I'm going to be building right now. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh, it got stuck. That's wonderful. Alright, so I finished the environment around here, but what we're going to be working on now is the station and its systems and stuff. The station is actually dual loading, which means that it can handle 2 cars in the station at the same time doing their loading and unloading process. And then they can dispatch at the same time, but one will wait at the bottom of the hill and one will proceed forward. By the way, what a cool environment, huh? It goes down the pit and then it should come out the other end here. All nice and smooth, yeah. And there are block zones that cover all of this to keep it safe. A block zone is a section of ride that only one train may occupy at a time. At the end of each block zone is a method to stop a train in case the block zone ahead is still occupied. We've implemented this throughout the layout to stop vehicles from hitting each other. But yeah, it should come to a stop right here, yes. And the other one will stack behind here. So this is basically the station. It's like a little bit of an overhang over here, like a hangar. This is where they're stored, but this over here is the maintenance bay. And over here are the air gates. Alright, so I've built the station here. It's very cool. It has 2 cars that park into here, as you see. And these are the air gates in the front here that lead you on into the rows here. And this is the control booth. This is all 101-to-1 accuracy, of course. And over here is the control panels that I didn't, like, put buttons on yet. But anyways, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna make the maintenance bay, which should be to the right. This area over here. So I think the transfer track, the piece of track that slides over should be over here. Alright, so Shrew has built some inputs here, and we have a whole logic system.
Alright, here I am, and it's time for me to explain so like the logic for this. I made it and stuff, and how it works is these parts are like when the cart is ready, when the things are down and the gates are closed and it's ready to go. That's what these are right here. And then when you hit the button, it'll pick one of these 3. If they can both go, it'll be this one and they'll both go. If it's just the front, it'll be this thing right here, and then it goes, and then once it's done, then it resets that one, and then the back one can go. If you want to send that later, then it'll make the back one go and and the back one will go with that.
He's finally done talking. Alright, so I've built this out.
Hey, it's me again. I made more logic, and I'm gonna show you what it does now. So right here we got the logic for like the emergency stop stuff. This is the logic for this board on the wall that shows you where all the carts are. This is the logic for when you switch off the system and all the carts gotta come back to the station. And then this is the logic for the switch track. And in here there's more logic than when I last showed you. This is all for the automatic system, and then down over here is all of the logic for the maintenance system for moving the carts back and forth and stuff like that. I'm not actually going to really explain how any of this works because there's a lot, and also I don't wanna, but what I did want to show you guys was this cool little guy right here. I mean, just check him out. Yeah, do your thing do the thing again. Yeah, I mean, just look at that. I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, he's just like, he looks exactly like me, but maybe no taller than 5, maybe 6 inches. I mean, he's busting a move. I mean, look at him go. That's not even the right kind of music for this, but I don't want to tell him that. I mean, he's just doing his thing, and he's pretty good at it too. Look at him. I mean, a little man doing a little dance. You just can't tell me you've seen this before. You can't.
Wow, what a cool little man. That logic was pretty complex back there, but how do I work all of this? How do I work it? Like, I'm really stumped here. I'm not really sure how to make this operate. Like, if only someone could let me know how this works. Like, if only someone could...
Welcome to your first day working the Oblivion dive coaster at Monkey Towers. You must turn the key on the control panel to activate the ride systems, followed by switching automatic motor on using the grey dial. We are now ready to head to the maintenance bay to load our trains into the circuit. The panel before you is responsible for control of the transfer track and shuffling of the trains. Each train parks in a different colour-coded spot along the maintenance track. To put the trains into circulation, simply press the backwards arrow here to bring the transfer track into the loading position, then press one of the arrowed buttons of the corresponding coloured spot in the direction of the transfer track. Once the train has stopped, push the forward button and watch as the train gets put into the ride circuit. Repeat this step for all trains. Before you is the control panel. Pressing the blue buttons open the gates and the orange ones open the restraints. The lights above display the status of the systems. Criteria for dispatching trains involves making sure all gates and restraints are closed, as well as the block zones ahead being clear. The system checks all of this automatically. When the light above the green button is red, it is unable to dispatch. Once the red light has cleared, you may dispatch. Green status lights on the left and right correspond to the readiness of both trains. If the light is solid green, that means the train is ready to dispatch. If you bring your attention to the left wall, you will see the block zone diagram displaying all cart movements and block zones. Take a look behind you and use the camera terminal. The ride's layout is equipped with a series of cameras to let you see what is happening at all times. That should be it. And, oh, you can also just switch this dial here to have it do everything itself.
Alright, so we added the e-stop functionality, so you could just watch the cameras and press the big red button to stop the ride instantaneously. Yeah, okay, and you don't do that ever again, alright? I'm gonna reset it here. This is what you did. I had to stop the ride because of you. Now get out of here. Yeah. And stay out, yeah. So anyways, it's a safety thing, really. Because you don't want anything bad to happen, you know?
Look down.
Oblivion, the world's first vertical drop roller coaster at Alton Towers.
All right.